Hey, did you miss me? I've not been doing Comic Book Wednesdays for a while because of a pretty serious injury, but I've already covered that in my main channel, so I'm not going to talk about it again. In fact, if you want to see a video that actually explains what happened, you can click on this comic here, right now. Go. This is going to be a quick episode to talk about what actually happened in comics while I was away. The new 52 has been released, and I think that pretty much everything I thought it was going to be, it has turned out to be. DC promoted the crap out of the new series. It worked really well and they sold really well, but it's still quite obvious there's going to be a drop-off after the initial boom of like everyone wanting to buy the first couple. I would quite like to see a couple of years from now for them to have a crisis event that combines the two timelines of the old stories and the new stories. I don't know if they're going to do that, but it'd be really clever if they did, and if they do, I called it. In other news, Marvel Point One is getting its own dedicated comic. They've said it'll involve a return of fan-demanded characters, so that is very exciting. Looking forward to that. Quick reviews. Ultimate Comics Spider-Man is turning out to be all kinds of win. Miles is a brilliant Spider-Man. He's facing different issues to Peter Parker, but the soul and values of Spider-Man is still there. Remember when I mentioned Holy Terror was coming out? I was absolutely appalled by it. Frank Miller put in far too many of his own opinions, and he kind of pretty much put me off reading any more Frank Miller stuff. He could have handled the whole superhero fights terrorists thing much better than he did, and it just seemed like he was a total Islamophobe. I'm not doing a full review today, but I will tell you about the comics that I read while I've been away. I read Flash Rebirth. I really enjoyed it. My brother borrowed it as well and didn't enjoy it as much, but I think that's because he doesn't really know much about Flash's history. But Jeff Jones has written a really good story, and he brought back Barry Allen in a way that didn't mess things up, explained everything, and just worked really well. I really enjoyed it. Fans of The Flash will like it. Got DMZ, Friendly Fire, which I really enjoy. DMZ is one of my favourite series just now, and I'm working my way through it and really loving it. And the other thing that kept me sane was reading through Watchmen in one go. It's still as awesome as it was the first time I read it. If you haven't read Watchmen, that's like my ultimate to-read comic just now. That's it for just now. I'm sorry it wasn't a full Comic Book Wednesdays, but I will be back doing the current news and a big review next week. So I will see you next Wednesday.